Good morning, friends. My name is Miss Afton, and I am the Children's Librarian at the Alexander Hamilton Library, and thank you for joining us for another mini story time this morning. Now, I have two quick announcements. First, our story today is an ebook that's from our special e-catalog Overdrive. Now, we have two e-catalogs available, which are both free with your library card, Hoopla Digital and Overdrive. And Overdrive has thousands of ebooks and audiobooks that you can borrow just like you would borrow a normal library book. So that's pretty cool. Right. And you can find links to access Overdrive and tutorials on how to use Overdrive and manage your borrows on our website at ahmfl.org. Now, my second announcement today is about the month of May and the special story that we've picked for today. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And so it's a great time, especially during the COVID-19 outbreak, to take a moment throughout the month, maybe every day, to practice some mindfulness, to consider how you're processing everything, and practice some self-care. And the first week of May is actually Children's Mental Health Awareness Week. So we're going to be focusing with our stories and music this week on different ways that children can be practicing good mental health as well. So our story today, in that vein, is all about a feeling that some children and some adults might be experiencing during this lockdown and outbreak. Some of you at home may be excited that you get to spend some extra time at home with your family. You may be experiencing boredom for kids that they can't get out and see their friends as much as they're used to. You may be experiencing frustration or anger or fear because a lot of things have changed. But our story today is about another feeling called sadness. And in our story, the author has sadness as its own character, because sometimes your sadness can feel like a completely different person or like it's overtaking your life. So our story is When Sadness is at Your Door by Eva Eland. And in this story, we'll see how the little boy deals with his sadness. We have sadness ringing the doorbell. When Sadness is at Your Door, published by Random House. Sometimes sadness arrives unexpectedly. It follows you around and sits so close to you, you can hardly breathe. That is really close. You can try to hide it, but it feels like you've become sadness yourself. Try not to be afraid of sadness. Give it a name. Listen to it. Ask where it comes from and what it needs. If you don't understand each other, just sit together and be quiet for a while. Find something that you both enjoy, like drawing, listening to music, or drinking hot chocolate. Maybe sadness doesn't like to stay inside. Try letting it out sometimes. Go for a walk through the trees. You can listen to their sounds together. Maybe all it wants to know is that it is welcome. And to sleep knowing it is not alone. When you wake up, it might be gone. Don't worry, today is a new day. And that is the very quiet story by Eva Eland called When Sadness is at Your Door. And I wanted to go back through our story and look at one picture in particular. Now, this story has lots of great recommendations for kids, things like thinking of your sadness as a separate person, giving it a name, identifying it so that you can create some distance and step back from what you're feeling and know that it's temporary. Also doing things like going for a walk, practicing a hobby that you enjoy. Right? And I love particularly this picture of the story because you can see that after doing all of those things, after practicing all of those self-care techniques, now sadness is small enough that it can actually fit in the crook of the boy's arm. And I love how on the back of the back wall behind the bed, there's actually a picture of the boy with his sadness. So these are some great things for kids, particularly, really for anyone, that you can do. Again, naming your sadness, understanding that it's there for a reason and that it doesn't have to go away right away. And then trying to do some things you love, going outside, right? Just being with your sadness are some great methods to help your sadness shrink to a more manageable size. And like the book says, your sadness may be gone after doing these things, and it may not, but tomorrow is always a new day. So we hope that you enjoyed this story today. We will see you tomorrow as we do a special music and movement video where we're going to be doing some different mindfulness techniques as well. Disclaimer, I know I am not good at yoga, but we'll be trying some as well because they're great techniques for kind of working through anxiety and listening to your body. So I hope that you enjoyed this story, and we hope that we will see you later this week as we continue with our mental health focus. Bye, friends. Thanks for joining us today.